What's up, all you beautiful people? It's your boy, the Vaslap here. More Monaco Youth Challenge action. And it's a big one, guys. We've got 3 huge games coming up. A lot of positives to talk about, a lot of negatives to talk about. We've got a lot of football to get through as well. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, please hit subscribe and let me know down in the comments down below what you love about the Vaslap experience according to Monaco Youth Challenge, or anything really. Just tell me what you like. It really just helps the algorithms a heck of a lot. With that being said, let's get to the game. Well, folks, we are back. That's right. And I thought I'd start off on this one. You can see we are C+ manager at the moment. They're not happy the way we're playing at the moment. It could be better. It could be better. But I kind of disagree with these two sort of assessments because we've actually been playing extremely well, with excluding the last 2 games. I think the last 2 games have been a little bit poor, but you just go check how we started off the season. I mean, you can see just a stream of red coming into the season. The first 3 games, I mean, we saw those games. Those were just absolutely terrible. I then decided to change it from a 3-4-2-1 to a more wide to a bit more narrow version of it. We did pick up a 3-1 win over Lille, and then we went to a 3-3 draw against Strasbourg, which wasn't great, but it was some points on the board. We then took Barcelona with the same tactic. We were 1-1 until the 71st minute when Nathan Zete scored a header from a corner, and Ben Segur 3 minutes later secured us the victory. I'd actually changed the tactic around the 60th minute for this one to what we're currently using, and it seemed to work quite well. I didn't want to try it full on yet, so I decided to go with the Marseille one. And we conceded a penalty very stupidly, but it was okay. We drew that game. And then we've just been on a really, really good run of form with the new tactic. We'll show you, but it says 4-2-2-2 narrow, and that's exactly what it is. We landed up beating Lens 2-1 after we went up very early, a 2-0 lead. We did concede in the 73rd minute. We then beat Rennes 1-0. Logbo finally getting onto the score sheet. He's been suffering with a goal drought as of late. I mean, if you look, he has not scored a single goal this season until he took on Lens when he scored his first goal of the season. And then he scored his second one against Rennes. Stuttgart in the Champions League. We took a early lead, Logbo scoring the 4th minute, but then they scored a header back. Kumbedi then equalized, or took the lead again, and then they equalized again in the 75th minute. A little bit disappointed with that. That was one of the more tougher games in the Champions League. I was putting Barcelona, Stuttgart, and Inter in that bracket. We then landed up beating Lyon 2-1 after we went down 1-0. A good little comeback for that one. And then we did beat Auxerre very comfortably in the end. Efakele getting his first goal of the season because he was injured for all of these games. He didn't play a single one of those games. Logbo picking up a brace. Then we probably had the worst defeat we've had in a very, very long time. We lost 4-1 to RB Salzburg. This was a team in the Champions League that I thought we could potentially win. We were 1-1 at one stage, and then all of a sudden, in the 63rd minute, I made some swaps, and we just absolutely collapsed within 7 minutes, conceding 3 goals. And then we took on Lyon with a 1-1 draw. We did get a bad injury for Faid. And yeah, I want to say that I rotated the squad a little bit. Ifekele was on the bench for this. No, he wasn't. I lie. Yeah, he was on the. He wasn't on the bench. Logbo rather was on the bench, and we started a Kylian Dong because Longbo picked up a little knock and wasn't 100% ready to come back yet. And today we take on Toulouse, Inter, and Troyes. Now, I was thinking of maybe leaving out the Inter game because, obviously this series we focus a lot on the league rather than the Champions League, because, well, must we offer? That's not part of the goal. The goal is to win League 1. But I thought it would be a fun game to go and see Inter Milan play some international football against us. And so we're doing Toulouse, Inter, and Troyes. These 3 games are coming up. I've picked 2 teams sort of near the bottom half of the table. Because, I mean, that's all we really have. I could have done the Lyon game, but I feel like we've done so many Lyon games. So I just went with those 2. And in terms of the tactic, you can go. This is what we've been playing with. This is how we've been lining up. And this has been getting the results. Kari and Fayed have been absolutely fantastic in their defensive midfield positions. Well, it's actually centre mids playing as sort of deeper. Kari as a deep-lying playmaker, absolutely brilliant. Picked up already 3 assists from that position, which is absolutely fantastic. It's exactly what you want to see when you do play as a centre mid, as a DM rather. 3 is amazing stuff there. And then Fayed as well. He's been playing quite well in those positions. I've been very, very impressed with him. Another man that I have been super impressed with in the change of the formation is Ben Segur. Has picked up 7 goals and 2 assists in that position. He's been absolutely fantastic. And Logbo finally getting back to scoring ways. He's picked up 5 goals. One little disappointment that I need to speak about is Yannick Dodo. I've given him 11 games. He's only picked up 2 assists, no goals for some reason. And just with Yannick Dodo, if you notice, there's no face for him. I have uploaded a face, but for some reason, FM Manager just doesn't want to accept his face pack in the game. The same with Lars Ulrich. Lewis Ulrich. I don't know why he doesn't want to give me the new regen face. And Mokabikila. I don't know why. Those 3, it just seem to not want to just update. And the goalkeeper, Nameri, he's the other one that doesn't want to. For some reason, all the guys that are updated just don't want to be updated. And you can see there's a few guys here, as well as the under-19s. There's a few, 1 or 2 there that are just sitting there. And I don't know how to change it, so I'm just leaving it. So if you have any issues, I apologize. That's what we're going to do. We do have our first game coming up. The other thing I just needed to speak a little bit about when it comes to the board. Now, we have just recently, they've agreed to increase our training facilities and youth facilities. They declined my offer to increase youth recruitment. Could have been better. But, it's little wins. It's little wins that you get there in terms of just trying to get in there. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is the likes of Ben Segur is now listed under favored personnel. That's right. Our key man is listed there. Don't have anyone else that's really popped up on the icons list. I'm not even on that list, and I've been here for almost 3 seasons. So obviously I'm not doing a great job. In terms of how we're doing it and stuff. And then just the board, like we mentioned at the beginning, we're not doing well. I asked for increase in transfer budget. They don't want to give it to me. We're only still retaining 10% of any transfer revenue made. We currently have 62 million in the bank, and for some reason, they just don't want to give me more transfer budget. They're giving me more wage, but not more transfer budget for some unknown reason. Anyway, it is time to get to the game. Fayed is injured, and so is Delima. Now, the reason I actually went to this tactic is I realized our wingers that we have in the likes of Delima, Efekele, Mireles, the new guy we bought in, and Salemi, who was sent back on loan. They didn't like the fact that I wasn't playing him for so many games. They're not really great wingers. They're really, really not great wingers, and we didn't bring any great wingers to play in that sort of inside forward role that I was trying to do. And you know what? I figured we have a lot of centre mids, attacking mids, and strikers. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a try. Let's see how it works. And you know what? It has worked particularly well in terms of getting results. And it's doing the job. Yes, the last 2 games weren't ideal, but I feel like this is the way to go. The other big issue that I have probably next season. And it is definitely going to be next season. We have a lot of 21-year-olds. We have that many 21-year-olds, 6 over 21. which means next season, I mean, they're all turning 22. Delima is turning 22 in April. Logbo is going to go in May next year. Fayid in June next year. Fakele in July next year. Dong in September next year. And Quatara in October next year. So it's not looking great. I need to replace all of those guys. Luckily, I feel like I've got a good replacement for Quatara in Shaib. He's a decent little left wing back. I don't think he's too bad, and I don't think he's that far off Quatara. So that should be fine. In terms of Dong, Efekele, and Logbo, my three sort of strikers, I don't really have much replacements for them. We do have, in the second team, he's currently on loan in terms of strikers. Where is he? Theo, who could actually be potentially a really good striker or attacking midfielder. He could fit that slot quite nicely. And we do have Keenan here, who I don't really rate him that highly in terms of youngsters that we could potentially bring in. Oh, yes, I forgot to mention. Sabang! He's declared his allegiance for Senegal, so he's gone. He's not allowed to play for us anymore. He got called up to the Senegal squad. He didn't play in the game, but he got called up and he did declare that he will be for them. Roman Robert got called up to the under 19s Portuguese team, so he's probably not going to stay longer. He hasn't declared anything. Mark as well, Marco Calzana. He is Italian Luxembourgian. I thought he was French, but I missaw that. Oh, whoops. Well, he's not going to play anyway. Sitting in our youth, we're going to get rid of him. And then the other one that did declare, he has officially declared for Morocco. He's going to go there, Hakim Mirina. But not great losses, those three guys. But the Sabang one was quite hectic because he was supposed to be sort of my replacement long-term for our right back, Kumbendi. Who's very, very much a risk taker. He's very aggressive in terms of yellow cards and red cards. He does get a lot of them with his aggression of 16. I am actually training Morales to be sort of the understudy for the right back. But with him, both of them being 20 years old, it doesn't really help me too great. In the under 2019 stuff, we don't really have much going for us. So, yeah. I think we're going to have an interesting transfer season ahead. With that being said, this is the team I'm going to go for. We're going to go Revea in goal, Kumbedi on the right. Gomis and Zeze have been really good recently in the defense, with Quatara out on the left. Quatara has picked up already 4 assists since playing as a fullback on attack. I was thinking of switching them to wing backs rather than fullbacks, but it seems to be doing okay with fullbacks. You know what, actually... This is actually the perfect sort of game to try out as a wingback rather than as fullback. Let's see how that does. Let's try that. Kari and Torre were going to be in the center. Kari going in as the deep-lying playmaker. Torre as a ball-winning midfielder. He's come on a few times and has had some decent games, Torre. Trying to give him as much game time as possible. The natural replacement for Fayid, of course. Then Ben Segur and Perret going to continue their little partnership in the attacking midfielder. Perret playing as an advanced playmaker. Ben Segur as the attacking midfielder. Our top goal scorer for the season so far. And then Efekele on the left with Logbo on the right. Those two have notched up 7 goals between them, which is the same as what Ben Segur has done by himself. So that's something very, very interesting. Let's get to the game, guys. Let's get to the game. And we've got a kickoff highlights. There's something I don't like. I'm not a big fan of kickoff highlights either way they go, because 9 out of 10 times it's never good. But Kari has picked up the ball now, dispossessed the attacker. Logbo has the chance to cut inside. He does so sweetly. 29 seconds. Efekele is on the score sheet. Let's go. Well, I don't like kickoff highlights. I love them. When we get the ball like that, a beautiful little pass from Kerry to pick up Ben Segur. He found Logbo in some space here. I thought he was going to pull the trigger. He decided to just cut inside. Rest this, our number 1 target, for a long time. We still never got him. Little tap in there from Efekele. We're 1-0 up in 29 seconds. I think that might be a new record as well for Monaco for the fastest goal ever scored in the club. But that is something amazing. And now we've picked up an injury. Now the thing is, I do have this youngster in Johan Boyer, who has yet to play a game for me. And then I've got Mireles, who we're busy training as a right back. You can see he's all right at it. He's competent. I feel like Mireles is probably the better choice here. You know what? We are playing wingbacks on attack. I think Mireles might fit the role a little bit better. We're going to try him. I hope Kumbedi isn't injured for too long, though, because then Mireles might get some more game time. So would Boa, and maybe we'll rotate them, see how they go. Goal, a free kick here. Looks like maybe in a bit of an offside position that they got the free kick. Motiba, South Africa's own Motiba, goes down to Diarra, back to Saika. Gomes picks up the little wayward pass. Mireles looking for options, goes back to Gomes. I expect the likes of Mireles, who's got more attacking mentality than Kumbedi, to get a bit more forward. At least that is the hope. That was a poor pass, though. Straight into Nicholson's feet. They're now pushing forward with Skyter. Finds up Diarra again on that wing side. Nicholson, who won the initial ball, gets through. Goalkeeper came out. Zakario found the gap, took the shot. I think that's going to count, guys. I don't think that was offside. I think it was a beautiful run from Zakaria to get the goal. Yeah. I think the goalkeeper made them a terrible mistake there. Revere, known for making a little bit of silly mistakes. And I don't... maybe he's not to blame there. I don't know. It was just a really, really good run. And a really, really good goal. Like I said, I don't think it was offside. He was a good yard or two onside. But a good finish. Top finish. That's a top quality finish there. I'll take my hat off to that. That was superb. We have been a bit leaky in terms of conceding goals. In terms of the league, I didn't actually mention, before the start of this game, we were 11 points behind PSG, but we did have the game in hand because they played the day before. So a win here would be absolutely ideal. And Nathan Zeze from the corner gets us back in the game. That's what I love to see. That's what you love to see, hey? Absolutely love to see that. Get in, Zeze. I thought the chance was lost when Benziger got it back there, but he pulled it back for Zeze on the left foot. Took a bit of a deflection, but I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. And with that, we now go 8 points behind PSG. And we've just scored another. Gomes with another corner goal. Also, not on the head, though. Gomes and Zeze are both very good in the air. So is Logbo, by the way. And the corner was taken short. Perret picked up Efekele on the little edge of the box. Little cut inside. Gomes through the rest of his legs. And that was in. Was he? How is that even a tight call? There's two defenders literally playing him onside. That was weird. But anyway, we're 3-1 up. Now it's time to opportunities to maybe get our goal difference up a little bit more. I'm happy with this. We've been dominating. We've absolutely been dominating. I'm going to say we're capable of even better. I don't want to, praise them too much. I don't want to praise them too much. We're sitting in 5th now, from 7th to 5th after that. Those two goals. We're getting our goal difference up. We're up to 6 now. We were at one stage -5. So, grand scheme of things, an 11 goal switcheroonie is not too bad. We do need to score a little bit more goals, though. We need to try and catch up to that behemoth total that is PSG. Because essentially, this whole challenge is to just beat PSG, I feel. That is just the main goal. Because I don't see any other team beating PSG. And that is a tackle, that is a goal, and that is offside. There we go. The flag, I saw the flag rise up there on the side. Generally, when that happens, it is offside. Although, I don't know if it should be allowed as offside, because when the tackle was made, our guy touched the ball, didn't he? Oh, no, it was their guy. Okay. Motsiba touched the ball through the legs. Thought he didn't touch it. Okay. That is not offside. That is offside. I lie. We're going to do some swaps here. The guy's looking a little bit tired, a little bit not playing well. Perret not playing well. Giraud coming in. He hasn't really been great, to be 100% honest. Torre can come off for Ulrich. I'm giving Ulrich a little bit more game time in both positions. He is generally going to be our replacement for Carey one day, and I do think he is very good. He just needs to develop a lot better, because if we compare him to the likes of Carey, I mean, you're going to see the huge difference. But a very similar type of player in terms of that. The only nice thing I like about Ulrich, he's got really good leadership and decision-making, better than Carey. But I feel like with the right development and the right amount of game time, Ulrich could become a fantastic little centre mid. We can even just compare him with Traore, because, I mean, they should be on a bit of a similar level. You can see he's not that far off Traore at the moment. And in terms of just the bar graph, his mentals are just a tad better where it matters. And his physicals are a little good. I like the natural fitness as well. I didn't notice that, but that's good. Got to bring him on. Let's give him a run. See how he does in the ball-winning midfielder position. Will help if I unpause the game. Toulouse with the throw. Here comes Diarra now. He's been causing a little bit of problems down that wing. That's a nice little cut in. Motsiba was offsides in the end. That's not going to count. We do, from the resulting goal kick, though, we play it short to Zeze. Mireles on the wing now, running forward as the wing back should. Goes back to Gomes. Back to Mireles. Back to Carey. Back to Gomes. Back to Mireles. Back to Carey. Poor pass. That was a terrible pass to Carey. Carey was under so much pressure. Why would you even try and pass it to him? Zakaria comes through, goes for the shot. Good save from the goalkeeper. Revere saved our little Heinz there, because that could have easily been 3-2. And then I would have been a little bit more wary of Toulouse at the moment. Perhaps I a little bit underestimated them in terms of how they play and how they get forward. They do have a lot of, they've had a good opportunities. I mean, 5 shots, 4 on target. That shows you how accurate they are. We've picked up another injury. Katara this time. Don't have a left back. We'll have to be Sar. Can sort of play left back, but not great. This is my only other left-footed defender. Crossing is 6. Also, 5. I'm going to go with Mamadou Sarr. That's not good. Both my wingbacks are injured now. And for Inter. My captain is injured for Inter. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Well, we end the game off with a 3-1 victory over Toulouse. You can see we absolutely dominated them in terms of just shots and XG. Even possession, we wouldn't say dominate possession, but we had a lot better possession from them. My biggest concern now is those 2 injuries. My concern is those 2. We move up to 4th, by the way. 1 point behind Rennes, and then 3 points behind Marseille. 8 points behind PSG. It's going to be a tall order. Of course, the other 2 teams do have games ahead of us. Qatar, 3 days. Okay, that's fine. You're out for 6 weeks. It's going to be 4 weeks for physio. Pulled hammy. Oh, that's bad, because the Inter game is 3 days away. Don't know if Qatar is going to be 100% fit. We'll come back for that. Right, guys, so we are back. Unfortunately, Katara and Kumbedi are injured. Katara did pass a fitness test, but his conditioning is just so low. I don't want to risk it, so I am going to leave him out of the team, even off the bench. Just don't want to say. De Lima did also pass a fitness test, but I don't want to risk him either. I could play him at left back as well, but I'd rather go with Shaib at left back. We're going to go with Mireles at right back. I don't think he did too bad of a job in that game. And then in other terms, Faid also passed the fitness test. but I don't want to risk Fade because he's still 6 days away till he returns to training. So we are going to be 3 men short on the bench, which I suppose isn't the end of the world. And then I have just made one extra other swap. I'm going to bring in Babore to play in that role on the left-hand side of Ben Seguir as the advanced playmaker. I feel like Perret, he is good. I mean, he's got 2 assists and 3 goals in that position. And he's just not good on the left. He's sort of a Ben Seguir replacement. And the natural guy for the left-footed side would be Giroud. But he just hasn't really hit the ground running a little bit. So maybe just give him a bit of a rest and bring in Babare to try him out. Give Babare and Ben Seguir, they do have that little connect. Well, they don't have the connection there, but Babare's got the connection with Efekele and Logbo. Ben Seguir's got the connection. So we've got a nice little like X going on there. It's all about connections, isn't it? And a nice little thing about Inter, they do have one of our former players. He's currently on loan there. Lucas Gurna Duath, who can play against us, by the way, is going to start on the bench for them, apparently. Our former boy. And I'm a little bit sad about that one. I really am, that he actually can play against us. But of course, he is signed a future contract with them already. Let's get to the game. Kickoff is underway, and I actually forgot to just show you the log, the new Champions League rules and stuff. We're currently sitting in 21st. We haven't won a game in. We've beaten Barcelona and we've drawn 2 of the 4 games. Inter have won 2 and drawn 2. Or no, they've got 7 points out of 4. That means they've won 1 and drawn 3. No, they've won 2, drawn 1, and lost 1. There we go. Had to do some weird little maths there in my head to try and work it out. But anyway, we want to try and be in the top 8. We are 2 points behind that Tottenham in 8th, ideally. But again, I'm not really focusing too much on the Champions League. I'm hoping to get out of the bottom end. I don't want to be there. I do want to at least make it to the next round because it is a lot of money that we get in when it comes to the Champions League, and that could help our transfer budget next season. We are rumored to be getting 15 million next season, but Thuram just scored a hell of a goal that I wasn't even commentating because I didn't think that would actually be a resulting goal for that one. And a good little passing around here. I thought our players got out quite late, but how did Thuram even get the space here? He's just shot it through the legs of who was it? Zeze. Literally through the legs. That is sublime. That was actually just really, really good. Like I said, a loss here won't help us at all. Draw will keep us sort of in contention. But again, I'm not too worried about Champions League. I'm focusing on the league. I need to win the league. That is my goal this season. We only have 2 more seasons after this one to try and beat PSG. So I want to try and do it. And I also think that if I don't beat them, I might get sacked. With that being said, I think if I don't qualify to the next round of the Champions League, I might get sacked as well, which would then be not great. That was a good goal, though, from into there. Just caught in the right place. Revere should have done better. Revere hasn't been great, has he? He really, really hasn't been great this season. He had a much, much better season last season. Now we're already going 2-0 down. They've got to throw in now. I need to start paying attention. Barella comes inside, a good little cross in there from DeMarco rather, and he just smashed it in the back of the net. We're 3-0 down. We are 3-0 down. Maybe the wing-back situation isn't ideal, hey? Let's switch them back to fullbacks. They tend to stay a little bit back more often when they be on fullbacks. Very, very defensive. And I'm noticing something with this sort of 5-man defense thing that they've got going on. It really does mean we struggle to get through the middle. This is something to ponder. So we do have the personnel to go wide. They're just not good personnel to go wide. And they've just scored. I was about to say they just scored a fourth. And I thought that would be the option now then to change tactic to a little bit more of a wider situation. That's a good ball. Shaib picked it up nicely. Good little interplay, but they caught it back. Good initial tackle from Shaib again. Efekele down the wing now. Cuts inside. A great save from Sommer. From Bubare with shot was there. That was a good save. Benziger with the corner. Launches in. Fender clears it. And that'll be the end of it. I think, guys, we might have to go a little bit more wide. In this one. We're not going through the middle at all. Benziger and Bubare can both play nicely on the wing as a sort of a support. I think that might be the play here, guys. And then let's go very wide. Let's just go full on wide. I think that might be the play, guys. You don't need to run a defense. Much shorter passing. Let's try and keep the ball and just go through that way. Let's try that. That's, I think, the play that we're going to have to do. Terrible, sort yourselves out. Let's see if that helps a little bit by going a little bit more wider. Instead of trying to play the ball through the middle, let's go as wide as possible. Hug the touchline. Get the crosses in. I think that might actually be the play. And so far in the second half, it hasn't really helped Inter any much so, but it hasn't really helped us at all either. Bubare not playing well. We're going to bring on Dong for that side. He can play on the left quite well, actually. Benziger is also not playing great. I'm going to bring on Boyer, and then I'm going to replace those two around and push Morales more forward. Logbo needs to improve as well. I'm going to leave Logbo on for just another few more minutes. Dodo hasn't been on great form, so maybe this is the time for Dodo to shine if I do bring him on. Morales comes inside. Beautiful cross in for Logbo. He balloons his opportunity. That was probably one of the best chances we've had. And with that, I am going to take Logbo off. We're going to try Dodo. You need to give me something, guys. You guys need to give me something. You need to give me something. We've taken 11 shots, only 2 on target. They've taken 6 and on target and scored half. They've literally got a 50% scoring ratio here. Shaib with the throw in. Goes to Efekele. Cross to Boyer. Looking for options. He's going to run it at himself. Boyer crosses low in. Beautiful in. Yannick Dodo just scored his debut. His first goal of the season, rather. A nice little cut in here from Boyer. That was actually quite good. I love that little run in from Boyer. That was very good. Low cross into Dodo. That's one back. That's a lot of positives for Boyer. I like that. I like that from Boyer. Well done, son. They've got a corner. Pavard hits it well over the top. I mean, if we can score one now, it'll be a very, very nervy final few minutes. But if they score another one now, then it's game over, really. Clear the ball, guys. Clear the ball. We know how they hit on the rebound. It was close. I mean, 3-1 looks better than 4-1, right? Yeah. We're losing this one 3-1. That wasn't great. Absolutely disappointed. We should have actually won that match. We had so many shots. We had so much of the possession. We just couldn't seem to get anywhere in that game. That was actually poor. In terms of where we are in the league, there's a few teams that can pass us. The likes of Bayern, Juventus, Galatasaray can all still pass us. So we can drop potentially 3 spots, which will then put us where Man United are in 25th, outside of that playoff section. So that's not good. That's not good. And in terms of just the rest of the Champions League games, as you can see, we still have to play Sporting, who are currently in 6th. Cluj, who are 35th, so that should be a nice victory. Atletico, who are 9th, and then Bayern, who are 26th. Those are all our games that we have left in the Champions League. So it's not going to be an easy last 4 games for us. We've got one more game, though, for this video. We're taking on Troyes away from home. We're going all the way to the Stade de Aloube in Troyes. Not sure where are they actually based. In Troyes. Okay, it's the city's name. There we go. We're going there in a bit. All right, ladies and gents, we are back taking on Troyes in the Ligue 1. I'm going to go with Boyer in at right back. I am going to switch these back to being full backs. I think we played a little bit better when they were on fullbacks. On attack, they played a little bit better. So I'll go with them. Katara back in the squad as well. And then I am going to go with Guirno instead of Bubare at the attacking midfield. Advanced, I'm not Guirno, sorry. Perret as the advanced playmaker. Faid still not 100% back. Is fit to play 45 minutes, but I don't want to risk it. I might bring him on the bench, though. That might be a better play. And then in terms of Dodo, who did score his first goal of the season, I'm going to keep him on the bench and leave Logbo there. Logbo has been in very good league form, at least. So we're going to try and keep him there to keep scoring said goals. Let's go to Troyes and take him on. Right, ladies and gents. 2 minutes in. Troyes have a throw-in in our half. Ball crossing for Illich. Binsigo gets the ball. Logbo picks up Ifikele. He's got a lapping player in Perret coming through. Perret goes for goal. It does go wide. He was offside, though, there. And that was the first highlight of the game. PSG did pick up a victory, by the way, in the earlier kickoff game. We need to win here. A win here will take us above Strasbourg into 4th place and then just 2 points behind Rennes. But we do desperately need a victory here today to try and keep that pressure on the top 4. So, yeah, this is a big, big game for us. I feel like every game in Ligue 1 is a big game for us. They've got the overlap now with Larcochi coming through. Goes to the back post. Savio with the header. And that is the opening goal for Troyes. 1-0 to the home team. Really poor defending here. Who was that? Was that Boyer? It is Boyer. Is he the captain for the day? Can't be. No, Qatar is playing. Qatar is the captain. That was poor from Boyer. He should have kept his man there. He is just 16 years old. I am taking a little bit of a huge risk playing him. Maybe not the smartest move on my side. I don't know. But I've got faith in the kid. I think he had played really well against Inter when he came on. He turned the game a little bit for us and got a bit back momentum. So hopefully he can put in a good shift in today. So far, for the rest of the half, nothing happens. And Boyer has now picked up an injury. Foot injury. Cleo will have to come in there. We are running out of players, though, in right-back position, which is not good. Because other than Mireles, I don't have any other right-backs available. Ugh, that's not good. That's not good. Sort yourselves out, guys. You've been absolutely terrible. I'll need something better. I need something better from you guys this half. Akuchi, who easily ran past Boyer earlier in the game. Savio now turns Kataro quite easily, and Revere this time actually manages to get a save in. Savio with the corner. It almost feels like every time the opposition gets through on our defense, it kind of feels like I'm going to concede. You know what I'm going to do, actually? We are playing a very low line. Maybe if I go a bit much higher line like that. I'm going to disencourage them from trying to break through the lines. And then in transition, just distribute to the playmaker. Let's get our playmaker on the board a little bit more. If we can get Kari on the board a little bit more, that should help try and just turn things a little bit in our favor. We have been the better team in this game. It was just one silly mistake from our defender that cost us a goal. Xavier tries to cut inside. Torre wins it beautifully. Kari picks it up in a nice spot. Logbo gives it stupidly away. Gomes with the clearance there. Xavier wins it back, though. Terrible clearance from Gomes again. Gervain now to fight his way through. He's coming into the box. That is a penalty. Katara is giving away a penalty. Oh, that's not good. It's not the first penalty he's given away. Oh, we save it. Get in, Revere. Get in. Now's our chance. We need to push. Let's make some swaps. Guys that aren't playing well. Logbo not playing well. Let's bring on Dodo. Give him another run. Try him out there. Perret not playing great. We're bringing Hero into that position. Karian not playing well either. Oh, Babare can play there as... risk and bring in Fayed. I'm going to risk and bring on Fayed. Fayed's actually a very good playmaker. Let's try that. Bit of a risk bringing in Fayed, but I've got to try something. We've got to try and just get something. We've only had 6 shots in this game, and that's not good. They've got a corner in the 73rd minute. Goes deep. Gomes with the clearance this time. Fayed will pick up the ball. A good position here. If you can cross into... There we go. Good pass to Morales. Picks up Dodo as well. Cuts inside. Back to Giroud. Back to Dodo. This is good play. Dodo loses out, though. Try to run at the defense. I've specifically unclicked run at defense because we weren't doing well running at defense. Gervain comes in across. Low cross to Illich. That was an easy as you like goal because of Dodo's silly error to run at the defense. When I specifically told him not to run at the defense. That's 2 mistakes from 2 young players. I suppose everybody's young in our team, but that was just really poor from Dodo. I'm fuming. I'm fuming. There's a kickoff highlight. Torre picks up Fayed. Bensegur. Gomes. So back to Fayed, back to Torre. Giroud. Zeze. Torre. Fayed. Good ball into Ifakele. Goes wide. Here comes Mireles. Crosses in. Dodo picks up the null knock-in. He's redeemed himself a little bit. We still need another 2 goals, though. I want to win this game. Dodo picked up a goal. Getting more and more on the score sheet. I like that. A good little cross in here from Mireles again. Our right back produces the goods. And Dodo, easy as you like, tap in, picks up the ball, takes it back to the center. More of that. We need more. Here comes the corner. Katara with the corner, looking for Mireles. Couldn't pick him up. They've done the clearance. Fayed, the last man back to defend. Bensegur goes for the long-range effort. A good save from the keeper. Does result in another corner. Katara with the corner this time again. He goes to the near post. Zeze couldn't get there. Dodo launches it back in again. Out to Fayed. This time it's not going to be recycled into anything worthy. We need to keep pushing. We need to keep pushing. Katara looks for Torre. Back to Katara. Goes to the back post. Sergio Rico picks that up easily in the end. I feel like that should be the end of the highlight. Well, there's going to be more. Gomes is going to win the ball back. Mireles runs at the defense a little bit. Dodo's through. I think that's offside. I think that's offside. Mireles is celebrating like he's just won the World Cup there. Don't know what he's doing, but that is offside, guys. That was... I mean, I could see it. We don't need lines. Like, I could see that was offside. Yeah, about a yard offside. Just didn't time his run there properly, Dodo. Definitely some positives, though, guys. Definitely some positives. Not ideal. But we do lose this game. And then we did save a penalty, so well done to Revere for saving that penalty. Mireles picked up an assist. Dodo's picked up a goal. We did concede 2, though. I'm not entirely happy with how this has gone. How long is Boya out for? 2-3 weeks. Okay. All these guys getting pay rises now because they're going to the 10 league games. Right, which means in the league now it does put us 7th. It does put us now 11 points behind PSG. Oh, guys, I hate to admit it, but I think this season might be a bit of a write-off already. In terms of when we're coming back, you know what? I'm gonna play a lot of football off camera because there is a lot of League One games in here, but mostly on Champions League. And like I said, we're not focusing too much on the Champions League. I'm just looking at some of these matches that we have. Maybe Strasbourg, Marseille, and Lens. That could be a good little triple header. Strasbourg in 4th, Marseille in 4th, Lens in 12th. Yeah, I think we'll come back then. We'll come back in February. a little bit of mixed emotions with the end of the episode. I feel like we should have done better in that last game. Like, it's just one of those that, like, I feel like we should have just done better, guys. I really, really feel like we should have done better. But the way the cookie crumbles, more action coming to you a little bit later. So make sure you get notified of all of that by hitting the bell button. Leave a thumbs up as well. It does help with the algorithms, with everything. So please really do appreciate every single one of you guys for helping me out and doing this channel and keeping it going, because it's because of you guys that are keeping it going. So I do appreciate every single one of you guys. With that being said, though, your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace and chicken grease.
Thank you.